everybody, welcome to my channel, Revive Beauty. My name is Donna and I'm so glad you're here today. We have 5 projects, so here's our first one. Project number 1 is a shadow box. I purchased it from Goodwill. It originally was from Hobby Lobby. So I have these figurines that I purchased from Michael's, some little ballet shoes, a bow, some birds, and a feather tree, and some little snowflakes. So I created this using Canva, and it just says Nutcracker on it, which you guys will see. I have 2 pinks. One is called Cotton Candy, which was my favorite, and the other one is Baby Pink. We're going to use some glitter. It's going to be a fantastic project. These figurines, I ended up not using them in the project because they were too big. So I added some ornaments that I purchased from Amazon, and I will leave a link for those. So the backing came off pretty easy, and I'm just going to give it a painting. Wait, I'm coating it with white paint. Sorry, words are hard today. So just going over it just to give it a white background, even though I'm going to decoupage it. So I decided I was going to paint this, and this is metal. So you can see it just wasn't working very good. So I did end up going and spray painting it outside the next day because it just wasn't sticking very good and looking very good. So as I went around this here, you know how it was orange, as I was painting it white, it was showing like a little pink on it from the orange. And I was like, wow, I really like the way that looks. I was originally going to paint all of that around the box gold, but I decided that I would put some of the light pink paint on it, just a mixture of white and pink, so it's not real bold, and then just highlight it with some gold. So here's the paper I created on Canva. It's sort of a light pink, sort of sprinkled with a little bit of gold on it, and I just added the little frame there and put the Nutcracker in there. So this was originally inspired by Debbie Rigg. She is on Facebook, and she did the shadow box that you could purchase from Michael's. She just sort of updated it a little. And when I watched her, I thought, oh, I have that box that I can do something with. So that's what inspired. Um, I'll leave a link also to that video so you guys could watch her. She's amazing. So I'm just getting this decoupaged on. And you can tell it doesn't fit the whole thing, so I've got to add some paint, blend in some paint on the sides. Just going around and getting the edges off. You can see a little bit of pink. It has some splattered gold. It turned out really pretty. I did print it on rice paper. So here I am going to go around and try to blend it a little in. So this video is a little long, but that's because we have a lot of projects. And I love them all so much, I can't tell you which one is my favorite. Well, I don't know. I'm leaning towards this one. But you guys let me know which one's your favorite. So just finishing up here, going around it, getting that paper blended in. I am just so messy. So now I'm going to seal it. I'm using the Liquitex gloss sealer. So just going over it with that. Is everyone getting ready for Christmas? It's coming. So exciting. And so somehow I lost the footage, but on the floor, it's going to be their floor. I used a stencil and the pink paint and did a harlequin pattern on the floor. And then I went around each diamond with gold. And then after that, I added some gold glitter. So I don't know how I lost that footage. I had it. I don't know what happened to it. So here I am going around with the gold pen just on the diamonds. So it's not perfect. You know, I've said it before, I'm not perfect. In fact, I don't have a steady hand. So yeah, this was not really that good. So there you get a better look at it. So it's sort of hard trying to do that. Now here I am going around the little framing part. I don't know what you would call that with the pink. So I'm using a pink and a white just because I don't want it like all pink. I just want a little bit of a pink flair to it. I don't know what you call it. Just getting it a little dry. So here I have I was gonna, or I'm going to place these snowflakes. These were little sparkly snowflakes. I wasn't sure how many to put, and I just thought less is more. So ended up just doing 3. So, you know how they say odd numbers are better than even numbers. Then I put a little gemstone brooch on the bow to give it a little sparkle. Purchased that bow from Michael's also. Here I'm going to add a little rub and buff around the edge of this on all the little details. Not very much, just a little bit. So tell me, do you think I should have painted that all gold, or should I just did the pink with the gold, with the little bit of rub and buff? Let me know. And Please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't already, especially if you like my content. I'm struggling to get subscribers, and I know the more you like a video and comment, the more YouTube sends it out there. So help me out, please. I really appreciate it. Okay, so now I'm going to get it back in there. That's what we have so far. I was trying to get it to sit there so the camera would have an angle. It was a little awkward. So this is a feathered tree that I purchased from Michael's. It's so cute. And those are the little ornaments that I purchased off of Amazon. And they're really pretty. So I'm gonna get those glued in. I had to put her sort of in the corner so because she was on her tiptoes, so I had to like find a good way to get her in there so she wouldn't fall over. So I was able to glue her feet to the floor and her arms to the sides. I used a little bit of hot glue, a little bit of the Gorilla clear glue, which holds really well. So this one, I'm trying to hang her. So she has wings, so it looks like maybe she's flying a little in the air. So that was a little difficult. You know, it didn't want to work. I tried the hot glue, it just didn't work. So I ended up putting her on there, gluing her, and then using a little bit of painter's tape to tape her down on the. So, and I just let her dry that way, and that worked. So that's where I try to use the Gorilla Glue. I tried, and I was trying not to burn myself. Every time I touch hot glue, I burn myself. So, yeah, it doesn't work very well for me. So here I am trying. It was sort of hard, you know, you literally need like 3 or 4 hands to do this. Okay, there, I got the tape and I put the Gorilla Clear Glue. I removed the hot glue. I used the Gorilla Clear Glue and I taped it. And this little guy, I purchased him from Amazon also. He was like in a pack of 4 or 5, and he was a brighter pink. So I just went over him, repainted him with that cotton candy just to tone down that real babyish pink color, just to get him to match with everything else. There's the bow. So one of the things I did that I didn't show here is I also added a feather ornament type thing to go across under the bow, because I added one of those little pop lights, the lights that you push in, so it looks like a little spotlight on them. So I was trying to hide that, so I used a little feather to cover it a little bit. I'm adding these little ballet shoes. They're so cute. And those little birds. So they sort of clip on, so that was easy. So I thought, oh, I'm going to put one here and one in the other corner. And I changed my mind. I put, because we had the ballet shoes there. So my thoughts was needed to balance it out. So I ended up adding them both to the other side, which is hard to see. It's hard to get some of these images on camera, like the whole picture. Maybe I need to raise my camera up more. So the ballet shoes sort of fell off, so I got to try again. It's a little string there I had to cut off. Who likes pink? Pink is a pretty color. So that's where I decided I was going to put them both on the other side. I think it turned out fantastic. What do you guys think? I mean, I just really, really love it. Just trying to get her glued down good. Okay, here's our project number 2. And this is an old Christmas tree that I had. And you can see that it's pretty chipped and, not looking that great. Your first thought is, oh, I don't need this. I'm going to donate it. Then I was like, well, I could just repaint this. So the white stand on it, the bottom, the snowy part there, that was in good shape. It looked really good. It was just the Christmas tree. You could see the chips on it. So I said, oh, I'm just going to paint it. We'll paint it pink and make this part of the Nutcracker vignette that I'm going to do. Is that what it's called, a vignette? I think so. So I painted it white first just to make sure that none of that green would come through on the pink. And then mixing the two pinks together. So it's more of the cotton candy and just a little bit of the baby pink and added to that. It's really a pretty color. So I got both sides painted. I make sure I didn't get any on the stem. Just giving it a little try. Going over some parts where I seen some green popping through or some white, making sure it was good and covered. So much better, isn't it? Would you guys agree? And I'm sealing it, so I'm using some Liquitex gloss sealer. So, if you guys are watching my videos, let me know, like, do I put too much in my videos? Do I not show enough? I'm just curious. I need some feedback. I'd appreciate it if, you guys would just let me know. Okay, so I purchased, oh, I'm adding a little bit of gold glitter. It's a really fine glitter. So just getting that added. I just put a little bit, use my fingers. Giving it a dry. Oh, I guess I'm doing the other side too. See, like this, do you guys feel like this should be just cut out because it's just a repeat of the other side? I'm just not sure how much people want to see, or if it's just too much. So then I purchased these little like snowflake. They're not really gems, but they were the glitter part of the Michaels, but as you can see, they're bigger, they're chunky, they're like little snowflakes and little white things. So I added those to this tree. They were just really, it was really hard to work with these. They didn't want to stick to my picker pen very well. They kept flopping over. They did have a flat back, but they were stuck to each other. So yeah, this was not ideal. So, but I was already stuck with this. So I finished it. Finished doing all of this. As you can see, I had some stuck to each other. Yeah, it was a mess and it took me a long time. So I was just trying to get them on there. Just randomly placing them. Yeah, not easy to work with at all. Oh, I guess I did it off camera. Here I'm showing you guys. It's sort of hard to tell, but it does look pretty. So just giving it a quick dry here. Oh, here's project number 3. And I am going to do a snow globe. I have a candle holder, I have a jar, I have a yogurt cup, and I have a little like resin nutcracker. Doesn't have a lot of color on him, but he does have like an aurora borealis. Aurora borealis? Guys, I'm having a hard time with my words today. Anyway, he has that look to him. So I decided I wanted this to be more gold. So I'm using this gold here by Deco. So I'm going to go over this whole candle holder here. Another pretty candle holder. I originally purchased it because I was going to put a little bird cage on it. And I decided to do this. I said, oh no, I'm using this for the snow globe. So I went all around it. Then I had to paint that yogurt cup. So after I got these painted, I just felt like the gold needed to be a little brighter. So I went ahead and got my folk art gold. I think it's called Gold Rush. So I went ahead and put that on there. You'll see here in a second. Then I wanted it a little bit lighter, and the Gold Rush on the folk art metallic gold, it's sort of it leans towards like a champagne-ish gold. So let's see that here in a second. I think I'm trying to grab it now. Yeah, there we go. So I decided to go over it and it just brightens it a little bit more. You see my dog back there running around. Doing the yogurt cup. I wasn't worried about the top because I have a finial there that I'm going to put on it. And I'm going to use those molds that are there too. So the candle holder has like a little swag detail on it. So I decided to use sort of a swag bowish type thing mold on it. Here I'm using the Gorilla Glue epoxy. So I'm using that to put it on the candlestick, the jar on the candlestick, and the little nutcracker inside the jar so that it doesn't come loose. And I made a snow globe last year for Christmas using a different type of ornament, but yeah, it's still holding on. It's great. That stuff holds. And you have to mix it. So if you can see the little thing there, you have two sides. And you have to squirt them out evenly and then mix them together for about 5 seconds and then apply it. But I tell you, that stuff stinks. It stinks bad. I was smelling it the rest of the day. Ugh. So I put a little bit of that rope detail around the lid. And I had used the other mold. I guess I didn't get it on camera. Use the other mold for the yogurt cup, and it has like little bows with a swag on it. You can see there, I just added those to the yogurt cup. The gold turns out really pretty looking. And there's the finial that I'm going to use. Sorry, it's cut off, guys. I don't think I have enough room. Maybe I need my camera higher. I could probably do that. Catch everything. I'm just painting it gold right now. I ended up going around it with some, I can't think of what I'm trying to say. Some gems. So I went around the finial with some, and I think the yogurt cup. Trying to get everything dried. Oh, there we go. So it's, I don't know, what is this called? Bling wrap? Bling rope? I don't know. I'm going around it. You guys will see what it is. There it is. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? I'm using a gold. Purchased it from Amazon. And I just got a Temu haul in, and I bought another one. So I have another one on hand now. Okay, so I'm going to use some Duraclear. It's a high gloss. I'm going to use that to go around everything, just to give it a nice shine, nice sparkle. It looks pretty shiny right now, huh? And around the lid, around the finial. Oh, I'm drying the finial. I must have already done it. It's pretty wet. I felt like every time I touched it, I was leaving a fingerprint on it. I used tweezers to move it. Didn't want to touch it. Okay, here we go. We got it all sealed. I'm using some liquid glycerin. I'm pouring a little bit in there. I have some water, adding my water. And then you could tell the water was still a little thin. So I thought, oh, I think I end up adding more glycerin to it. Yeah, there we go. And then, oh, so you have to, the best way to seal these is to put plastic wrap and a rubber band around it. I didn't have a rubber band. I had my plastic wrap, but I didn't have, I was just trying to get the glycerin moved around. So now I'm adding some glitter, some pink, some white. I purchased that snow from Hobby Lobby. I put a little bit of that in there. Oh, here's my plastic wrap. The only thing I said, like I said, I didn't have a rubber band, and I really need to get a rubber band to put on it because that really keeps it from leaking. And I didn't, so I had to just do it this way for now. Try to cut all that around there. You can see there's still some there, so I went and used my box cutter to go around and get the rest of that plastic wrap off. So the one that I made last year, I love. It's so pretty. And it's a little ornament of a dog delivering a letter to the mailbox. It's like a letter from for Santa. He's putting it in the mailbox. It's so cute. And no, they're not fancy snow globes. They don't have lights and they don't have like little swirly things to keep everything going. I mean, these are homemade. So you have to shake them. So here I'm going to add the top to it. Get it glued down. I'm using Gorilla Glue. Making sure that little tab thing is in the back. So what do you guys think so far? Let me know. Here's project number 4. We're getting through these. So here, this has nothing to do with Nutcrackers, but I was wanting to make these so much. So they have a pink theme, so that's good. I'm making mushrooms. So I'm just using these ribbon rolls just to, make my circle. It's like on poster board there. That's all I'm using. Getting that cut out. Cutting those circles out. There you go. And then what you do is you cut a line in there so you can fold them up like that. See? I'm going to end up gluing those. And so I used hot glue, a lot of hot glue with this project here. I have 2 different types of mushrooms. So stay tuned for the second part. So you use a lot of glue. And then I don't have this in here. I don't know how I've lost it, but I used a little bit of batting to put on top of those. I just glued it down. Here I'm using just one of those styrofoam things as the stems. I just cut those, sort of measured them out. See there? Yeah. See, there we go. I'm just sort of measuring how they should go. One shorter, you know how mushrooms, you always seem to have one shorter than the other, or one sideways, and they're always in a little grouping. And then I purchased this little satin tan goldish material from Joann's. And Joann's, you can go as small as you want. You can go like 4x4 on their material. So I just glued it and wrapped it around the stems. And like I said, I've used a lot of hot glue. And every time I use hot glue, I burn myself. Oh, no matter how cautious I try to be. So, and like I said, this is the second one I'm using, or no, that's still the first one. Oh. I put batting on top of the mushroom caps, so they're a little, fluffy. And I had some pink satin material. Here I am gluing them that I put on top. So like I said, they're the pink theme. Maybe not Nutcracker themed, but they're pink. And they turn out so cute. I was really excited about these. I thought these were super cute and really pretty easy. Okay, well, I guess I cut all that out. So here I put my batting, I put my material, and I also used coffee filters to put underneath the mushrooms. And I think I show that in the next one. So just using some moss to go around. I put them on I had a white cardboard like envelope and I just cut the bottom a round circle and put these on there. It's a little more sturdier than the poster board. Just sand that all around. And then for the top, you know how mushrooms always have like some dots on their caps. So I put some pearls, some flat back pearls, and some like amber gemstones. Here you go. Here's the pearls that I'm adding. It was sort of hard picking those up also. I think with those gem picker-upper things, they just don't work for some things on here. Like it wasn't working. So it's just easier to use my fingers or my tweezers. So I was putting different sizes on there. Some bigger ones, some smaller ones. Just placing them around there. So I'm going to use these little amber gems also to add. Just randomly placing them around. What do you think about these mushrooms? Let me know. Oh, I think they're so cute. They're freaking adorable. Would you guys agree? And mushrooms are so popular. Okay, this set of mushrooms, I'm using a styrofoam ball. So I cut it in half, and then I dug some of the center out of it. That was a messy job. I know they sell these in half already, but I couldn't find any. But they do sell them at they have different sizes. So maybe like Hobby Lobby, Joann's, maybe, Michael's, craft store. So I just cut the material. This is a different color pink satin because I wanted like two different shades. So and a lot of hot glue. Oh my gosh. And I was trying my best not to burn myself. But me and hot glue don't get along. I try not to use it. There are just some things you have to use it. This would have just took forever. And it worked well. It was a lot of hot glue. You guys could see it's probably getting really messy there. Just getting it all together. So here are the coffee filters. So I didn't have the ones, you can see it right there, that are already, you know, sort of rippled. I didn't have any of those, so I had these, so I have to sort of ripple them myself, which you will see here soon. Just going around, getting it all in there. A lot of glue strings also. It was sort of messy. So here's the coffee filter, and you know the tan, I don't know, tea stained, I don't know what you would call it. See, I'm just doing those little fans. Remember when you were a kid, you used to make fans? So I was just going and through those and sort of trying to get a little ripple effect, cutting off the ends and the top, yeah, both ends. Needing more glue, so adding some glue, and then I'm pushing those down in it. So it's the, you know, the inside of the mushroom cap. And you guys, I'm a messy crafter. I used a lot of glue on this one, but you can't tell. The finished product, you just can't tell. So just going around, adding it. After I get it added, I sort of trim around it. Leave a little bit exposed so you guys can see, you know, or anyone can take a look at it and see. So like I said, those that are already formed like that in that little ripple thing, you know, those coffee filters, those would be better. I just didn't have them. All I had were these. You guys are gonna have to let me know which ones you like the best. These, made from the styrofoam ball, or the ones made from the poster board. They're both easy. So I think I like the ones with the poster board. I think they look a little more realistic. But you guys let me know. What do you think? Almost done. You can see I have a circle already cut out over there on the top. Oh, and I'm going to use this other material for the stems. It was sort of a greenish, sort of a furry. I think once I wanted to use it as a pillow, you know, create a pillow, but I decided that I'd go around these little stem things. There it is. And that thing was like real messy. cutting it. It was leaving a lot of like little fluffy things everywhere. It's like cutting a feather, like one of those boa feathers. You get feathers everywhere. That's what this was like. Oh, here we go. We got one a little shorter. So on these, I decided that I was going to use German glass glitter. And so that the size was a 50. So it's a little bit chunkier. So you can see it a little bit better. So I didn't add the pearls, I just added the glitter to this. And I like the way that looks. So I just used that little paper so I could just pour it back in. The fall off. So what am I doing here? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna add some more moss. This moss was extremely dirty. So this one, I didn't get the stems completely covered, which is fine because I'm just gonna cover it with some moss. And don't mushrooms have moss on them? I don't know, I've never been mushroom picking, but I would think. So I'm doing that just to cover up those seams. Adding it to the little round poster board thing. A lot of hot glue in this project. So yeah, you have to make sure that you have lots of glue. So I'm just going around it, adding this moss. Oh, and I decided I was going to add a little Christmas tree just to make it a little more Christmassy. You know, like at the stores now, they have these as ornaments. Some are beautiful, but they hang where you could hang them on the tree. So that's a thing. If you want a mushroom ornament, I suppose you could somehow put a hanger on these. But I didn't do that. I just left them to sit on the counter. Very lightweight. These don't weigh nothing at all. I'm trying to clean up a little. What a mess, huh? There you go. So which ones do you like best? Do you like the first set or this set? Let me know. Okay, here's our project number 5. And this I don't know where I received this board. I think either Goodwill or I purchased it somewhere. The knobs I purchased from Hobby Lobby. We're going to paint it pink. We're going to use the bow molds from IOD. And we're going to turn this into a little coat rack, I guess, for little girls' room. You can hang up their coats or their pajamas or a necklace. But this would be perfect for a little girl's room. So I'm going over it with white only because I want the pink to pop on it. So, and this board smelled so good. It smelled like pine trees. So here I'm mixing the paint just like I did for the Christmas tree. I used the cotton candy in this. I just added a dab of the baby pink. Isn't that pretty? So cute for little girl's room, which I have some little girls who might be getting this for Christmas. And there's the bowl mold from IOD. I purchased it when it first came out. I don't know when that was. And this is the first time I've used it. But I'm using that, it's not clay, it's that fiber stuff. I showed it in a previous video. It's real lightweight. It dries like almost like styrofoam. Very cool stuff. When I first used it, I wasn't sure if I liked it, but I love it. I can't use clay. Clay just does not work for me. And I can use the epoxy, the fast casting, which I do sometimes. But I just really like this stuff. It's just so much nicer. It's so lightweight. And what I do is when I'm done with it, I just mist it a little, wrap it back up in that plastic wrap there and put it in the bag and seal it, and it's fine. Here I'm using my little Cricut roller. I'm just trying to flatten them out some. So just pulling them out. And you know, you have to do a little cleanup sometimes. So it's real easy. I just use that little palette knife, just go around, it pulls right off. You know, they're bendable until they dry, you know, and then they get a little like styrofoam, like they would be a little crispy and break off. But once you paint them and seal them on, they're pretty good. And they keep the project lightweight. Here we go. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog, he's dreaming. He's sleeping and dreaming and making noises. So I did do the little ones, you can see there. So I did 3 bows all together. No cleanup. Here I have them all made, and this time I'm using liquid gold. Wasn't sure how I was going to work on this because liquid gold's really hard to use on plastic. Like if you put liquid gold on plastic, it just does not dry. No matter what you do, your project's ruined because it's oil-based. So I wasn't sure how I was going to work on this, but it did fine. Yeah, it didn't get that stickiness that it usually does on plastic. So, and then it has this like brilliant shine to it. It's almost like a mirrored gold. So I went around each of those. And then I added the little knobs. I had to drill a hole. So I don't have a way to cut the back of those knobs off yet. My husband's out of town, so I'm waiting for him to get back on Monday so he could cut them off for me. So yeah, the little screws are still back there. But I'm putting this bling around it just to make it a little more glamorous, you know? And it's just so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So I have a question at the end of this project. I need you guys to help me make a decision. So stay tuned, listen. So I really need your help. So on this one, I used the smallest bling. It was gold bling that I had, like rope bling. I don't know what these are called. Darn it. So I got it all blinged all around it. It looks really good. And now we're going to glue the bows on. There we go. I decided to use a paper towel just because I didn't want to get glue on the project. And a little ribbon. Put that on. Now I'm putting these on. Make sure everything's pressed down nice. Going around them, picking up the glue, having a little dry. What do you guys think? It's so cute. I've seen some places that I had to touch up. So I'm just touching a few little areas up. Okay, there you go. What do you guys think? So coming up is my question. Let's see. Right here. So I have these little ornaments. They're like little ballet dresses. And I was thinking about putting them on each end. But I don't know. I mean, they're a different color pink. So I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Please let me know. So here it is without. You like it better without or with? And then I thought, well, I could just hang them on the hooks. But if you're going to use those little hook things, I don't know if that would be really useful. But there they are. So yes, let me know. What do you think? With the little dress or without? So I just don't know. I'm thinking without. But here's my final reveal. Thank you for watching and spending a little bit of time with me. Make sure you subscribe.